Around the wedding season, we are catching up with Toranj Mehta, Director of Marketing De Beers Forever Mark, on traditions and jewelry customs across the country. And as a global brand, how do they address these various needs across the markets? Key purchase trends amongst the Gen Z, the need for sustainable luxury, and much more. Let's hear this chat. Toranj, welcome to CNBC TV18.
Thanks for having me, Shivani.
So we are meeting around the time of the grand Indian wedding season. What are the preparations like, and how is it going so far?
Well, we've had a pretty good Diwali considering how the global economy is, but and I think India seems to be bucking the trend just now. But overall, we've had a great season, and getting into wedding, I think it's fairly positive, so it should be good for us.
Also, Toranj, India is a country with diverse cultures, their own individual unique jewelry we see across the different parts of the country. How do you really address the various needs of this diverse Indian consumer?
Actually, it's a very interesting question because for a global brand like De Beers Forever Mark, there is a certain global design language and a global language that we need to speak. But given that Forever Mark is an ingredient diamond brand, so it goes into a lot of jewelry that doesn't necessarily have to be stuck with a global design. So we've actually studied the market. For example, in the South, there is a typical setting called closed setting that is prevalent and is a staple. So we do have a Forever Mark traditional setting collection. In the north, or even when during the wedding, you have bangles, diamond bangles that are bought. So we've created the Forever Mark diamond bangle collection called Circle of Trust. But now we've come to realize that there is a whole chunk of a global Indian citizen who wants the global designs and who is looking to be a member of that global set. And for them, we do launch simultaneously as the designs are launched abroad. They are launched here in India. So like that, we've had the Avanti collection, which is a global design meant for a global citizen.
What are the challenges of communicating to, this discerning Indian young consumer of today, like when it comes to marketing?
So there is a lot of stuff that that is happening, especially when you talk about retail now. The whole concept of phygital, which means that a consumer expects a brand or a retail store to have a seamless and a connected online and offline experience. So when a customer is looking at you, it is critical that the omni-channel experience that they have is so seamless that it really is what they are expecting now. It's not as though it's a choice that any brand has. Apart from that, it's also about the values that you are portraying as a brand. A customer now, especially the younger generation, the Gen Z, is looking at whether you're actually putting your money where your mouth is. So if you say that you stand for a certain value or a certain ethic, then they're expecting you to show support and action in that ethic that you're showing, and that needs to be communicated to them.
And sustainable luxury also is something that is much talked about amongst the Gen Z. At least I have seen that conversation, in circles around me. What is De Beers doing in this direction, really?
From De Beers' perspective, if you were to look at a diamond, diamonds are a finite resource, and eventually there will be no diamonds. They are so rare, right? So we know that once the last diamond is discovered, there has to be some way for those communities that are producing the diamonds to have a livelihood to move forward. So and also diamonds are like billions of years old. So they are older than dinosaurs. So it is the closest thing that you can have to forever. So we do have a program called Building Forever, which is about making a lasting impact, a positive impact, which goes well beyond the discovery of the last diamond. And under that, we have several pillars. which is about the protecting the natural world, accelerating equal opportunity, leading ethical business practices, and partnering with thriving communities. And under that, there are several projects that we are doing. And our ambition is to reach a certain level at these projects by 2030. For example, we want to be carbon neutral by 2030. We want to have parity amongst employees, where it is gender parity as well as diversity, equal parity amongst our employees by 2030. Also, we have certain projects that are under research, which will help reduce the water consumption that we have as a industry. So there are various things that we are doing towards helping build this sustainability and helping build the whole positive impact that we have as a company and as a brand on the environment and the ecosystem around us.
Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking to us today.
Thanks, Shibani. Bye.
With that, it's a wrap on Storyboard this week. You can catch all of our content on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Thanks for watching. We will be back same time next week. See you soon.